Well, Georgia beats the absolute bejesus out of what's left of the Auburn Tigers football program and head coach Bryan Harsins, 42-10. Wow, Georgia covered the 30-point spread. A lot of type in the comment section this past week. I don't know, was this a struggle win too? Please remind me about the Missouri game, though. I can't wait to hear all about it for yet another week. But Georgia absolutely demolished Auburn. I mean, they beat them like the world's worst orphan. It was really sad to watch, especially in the second half. I had some reservations in the first half. I thought Georgia started a little sluggish again offensively. But they turned it on in the second. Actually, the second half didn't start that good either. Stetson had the fumble to start the second half, which gave Missouri the first 3 points there. But after that, it was pretty much one-sided and dominated by UGA. Great job on the ground today by Georgia, which was surprising to see. Georgia hasn't ran the ball all that great this year, at least not, compared to what we're accustomed to seeing. I thought they ran the ball really, really well today. Ended up with almost 300 yards rushing. Stetson Bennett did end up going for, I think, 230 passing after only having, I think, 200 or 25 yards passing in the first half. Probably the worst half of football Stetson Bennett has maybe ever played. Even going back to his 2020 days. Even going back to his 2020 days or last year, but it's a terrible first half for Stetson. But I thought he played a little bit better in the second half. Something still seems missing from the Georgia offense. I'm not going to come on here and bitch and moan all that much about a 42-10 win, but something they're still just like it's the downfield passing game still seems a little off and shaky for UGA. Today's game with Auburn, we weren't really able to do any of that. It was kind of like run, screen pass, hitch pass, 2-yard pass, run. And then late in the second half, when Auburn starts to wear out, Georgia kind of is able to do more. How much of that would work against, a more quality opponent? I don't know. There are some games coming up where I don't think Georgia can afford to only score 14 in the first half. So the slow start's still a little bit concerning, but I'm never going to complain about a 42-10 win over Auburn. Ends up covering the spread no matter whether you got it at 24, 28, 29, 30, whatever you got it at. Georgia covers, absolutely dominates Auburn today. Disappointed on that last touchdown that Auburn scored. You got to make the tackle there. 2 Georgia players had the guy wrapped up at midfield near the sideline. Instead of trying to tackle him or even just push him out of bounds, both players are trying to, strip the ball out, and the guy gets loose and races down the sideline for a touchdown. What are you going to do? Kind of reminded me of that long touchdown that Kent State scored, where they threw a hitch pass and kind of broke one tackle right there on the sideline and then just was gone. Similar thing there. This wasn't a hitch pass, but the same thing with players standing there, and instead of tackling the guy, you're trying to do whatever else you're trying to do. But overall, good game for UGA, and we're 6-0. We're 6-0. Hey, a lot of you can't say that. But Georgia's 6-0. This Texas Tech Oklahoma State game, boy, this thing's going to go down to the wire here. It's Oklahoma State 34, Texas Tech 31 with 7 minutes to go. And the North Carolina-Miami game is a good one. It's been forever since somebody scored any points in this one. 24-17, North Carolina up on Miami right now. 7 minutes to go in the fourth. And it looks like Utah season is actually over, at least in terms of making any playoffs. They're going to get beat by UCLA. UCLA's up 42-25 and down to a minute to go. So, man, UCLA now is going to be 6-0. Yikes. And UCLA was ranked 18th. So it's time to move them up. Utah was 11th. Time to move them down. So we'll see. But some interesting games were on this afternoon for sure. And we got some good ones coming up tonight. Now, I'm not going to be live streaming tonight, but I will be posting some videos as these games play out tonight. But, of course, you've got the Alabama-Texas A&M game, Notre Dame and BYU. Well, I say that. Now Utah's going to score. It's too little too late. 25 plus 8 is 33. 33 plus, yeah. I mean, they need to score 3 times. The game's over. Florida State and NC State, I think will be a good one. Alabama and Texas A&M, I don't think will be a good game, but it's interesting. Man, Is anybody starting to feel bad for Jimbo Fisher? People are piling on this guy. There are people that, under normal circumstances, all they ever want is for Alabama to lose a game. Not tonight. They want Alabama to win this thing 100-0. I'm talking about fans that don't have anything to do with Alabama or Texas A&M. Jimbo Fisher's got a lot of people that just don't like him right now. There's a lot of people that want Alabama to win this thing 100-0. You got that. BYU and Notre Dame, South Carolina and Kentucky. So you got some interesting games tonight. I'll be uploading a couple of videos over the course of the night as we start to see how those games unfold. But congratulations to Georgia, 6-0. No major upsets, at least not within the top 10 yet today, unless Oklahoma State ends up losing. Alabama should win tonight. Ohio State won big. Clemson plays Boston College tonight. They should win. Michigan already won. Who else is in the top 10? Tennessee won big over LSU. So no huge upsets in the top 10, at least not yet. Will we have... Upset on deck. Upset on deck.